Good evening, Mallory.
Good morning, Sam.
Welcome back to Nobody Leaves, where we talk about, can't quite remember, the Digimon, right? Digimon's what we're talking about this week. You got a bunch of Digimon behind you?
Sam, if you knew anything about anything, you would know that today is the Tamagotchi episode that we're going to be covering.
Webkins.
No.
Yeah, big Webkins podcast. Big Webkins
Big
podcast energy.
Big Neopets podcast. Sam, today we're going to be covering Pokemon Concierge, which you pitched to me, so I don't know why I'm introducing it, but...
Well, thank God, because I ran out of other, little monster and, anime properties. I'm like, Club Penguin, that doesn't work. Yu-Gi-Oh, that's a card game. No.
I was, I think, rushing it out because I described to you before we started. I feel like one of the girls from back in the day where they had to perfect their posture by balancing books on their head of just trying to keep this plush on my shoulder.
Well, you lost one already.
we've ended the intro, so I think that she can descend from
Goodbye,
her perch.
Milotic.
Goodbye, Milotic. Yeah, I'm obviously very excited to talk about Pokemon. As all longtime eagle-eyed viewers know, all my shelves are very Pokemon themed, and I've doubled it up this week. So you'll be seeing lots of cameos from my collection of plushies through this episode.
I've got a lot of Pokemon plushes. I've got Green Guy, who I don't really know what he's from, but I got.
That's a Tamagotchi.
Game. I know it's a Tamagotchi. I've got Hollow Knight, who evolves into Regular Knight. And I've got Helioptile,
Yeah.
And Makoto from
Helioptile,
Persona.
it's
just a classic assembly.
No, I'm all about Blossom lately. I've been feeling tropical. I went last week to a beach area that's nearby where I live because I had a friend visiting, and we were going around a botanical garden. We were going around the beach, and I feel like these Pokemon fit, the size of them are so good to just bring in your bag, and then I'll just take pictures of it with foliage and stuff like that. So I got some good she got a good photo shoot last time we were out basically. But yeah, it's fun. I should take Milotic to the beach. I think that's what I should do.
Yeah. I like the trend of people taking really the style of plushie where the character has a very blank expression. I see a lot of people do this with Raya and Ami plushes where they just take them and put them in funny locations. It's just that's a good trend.
Yeah, I love it in general. It's the art form. It's something I've always wanted to do more of, more seriously. I'll always remember I went to this garden, Kinokuen, in Kanazawa. It's kind of a famous garden, and there's a secret, the Queen's lake kind of house place that's hidden in the corner of the castle, and it's so beautiful and serene, and there's all this lore about the Queen would hide here and go out on her boat and write her memoirs or whatever. And
you're sitting there playing DS, what's going on?
No, I was taking pictures and enjoying it, but then I saw this girl with her goth kind of plush or whatever, and she was putting it at the desk and putting a big or at the table and putting a big umbrella with it and doing a photo shoot, and I was like, that's cool
good
as hell. I love that so much.
The children yearn for the Variety Instagram account.
Yeah, no, definitely. But Sam, we're not in the Pokemon section. We gotta be talking about what we freaking watched and saw all week and listened to and everything else.
You want to try that again?
Sam, I'm just kind of being an angry podcaster. Sam, listen, let me talk to you about Homestuck.
I was going to say, you have something you want to talk about. Homestuck? What?
I've never...
I've known you 15 years. I've never heard you say Homestuck.
Okay, I'm not a Homestuck person. For clarification, okay, I'm not going to try and claim this isn't furries. I'm not trying to steal people's culture to seem relevant. Okay, this isn't K-pop. I'm not in Homestuck.
I'm afraid.
I just like, so I've heard about Homestuck. Obviously, it's apparently inspired everything that I like. So it's like, cool. And people talk about it all the time. I tried to read the comic a little bit, and my kind of entertainment and attention like waned really, really quickly. I feel like I maybe needed to power through to get to the part that everyone goes like, bonanza over. But recently, some big updates in Homestuck worlds. So first of all, there was like I guess, fan site that was hosting the comic, and this was the only way to read the full comic in the modern era, because this is 16 years old, probably more. That
Something
got
like that.
taken down. The creator was like, take that down now. So then that's taken down. So then people are like, oh my god, I hate this guy. Then now they're making an animated series cartoon.
I did hear about that.
Homestuck, where the creator is making the cartoon, and Toby Fox, creator of Deltarune and Undertale, which we covered on the podcast, is voicing the protagonist. And then Vivsy Pop, the animator of Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss, is like, I guess, the director or like animation lead or something.
So they found the only two successful Homestuck fans and like wrapped them into the project. Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, it's like, well, so like Toby Fox was like pretty heavily involved with Homestuck as far as I can understand. Like
I know
made
he put a
music
reference
for
to
it
in Undertale, right?
Yeah, there's plenty of references. Well, I feel like every 5 minutes people will be, oh, this is a Homestuck reference. I'm like, all right, sure. But then as like a big Undertale Deltarune fan, but yeah, then there's also like he made like a lot of music for Homestuck. Megalovania was originally a Homestuck song, which is the infamous song that plays when you fight Sans.
You're telling me Homestuck is in Smash Brothers by association?
Basically, yes. So I mean, this is huge, but like kind of obscure, niche, like difficult to discover, like aspect of internet culture that is now being made into an animated series. So I'm very curious if the timing with taking down the fan comic is so weird, because I feel like if I had heard they were making a series, I would have then read the original comic that was hosted on that fan site.
Is the original comic like for sale? Is that why they're taking down like this aggregate version of it, or
like that's what I would assume, but like the timing's kind of weird. It doesn't seem like they have announced anything about it yet. I mean, this podcast is coming out in like a week, 2 weeks from now, so maybe
what's the
it'll
proper way to read it if the fan site is being taken down. Like, how are you supposed to read Homestuck?
Apparently none now. Currently.
Oh, okay.
So we're in limbo now.
Plan.
Yeah, so that's why people are a little bit upset, or not a little bit. People are very upset. I can't speak too much to it because, again,
there's no little bit
with
Homestuck,
never read
just
it.
from what I've seen. There's no measured responses.
And there's a lot of anger, and there's a lot of like, I feel like people who are really into Homestuck seem to not like the creator for a litany of reasons that trying to even dig into any of them is like a little bit he said she said at this point, because this is like drama from internet forums that happened like 15 years ago that you're just kind of taking people's word. I'm like, all right,
like I'm walking through like a radioactive like landscape, and there's no way to tell, but I can just sense that like something that will do me harm is happening right now. Like I feel like I've stepped on the landmine and I haven't taken the next step yet, but I'm afraid.
we're sitting on the landmine and we haven't like taken our foot off. Yeah, it's like, to be clear, this is coming from a complete lack of knowledge. So if anyone who like knows anything about Homestuck wants to freaking educate me, please send me a DM. I'd love to learn. I love learning. That's why I'm here.
I'm sure there are more successful Homestuck fans than just Toby Fox and that other artist, but I don't know any of them. Yuck, 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 yuck.
Yuck, 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 yuck. Yeah, no, it's
I'm gonna go
like,
heal on Homestuck. I feel safe in that in that place.
It feels like a lot of the stuff that like I've read about what makes it interesting or revolutionary is like a lot of the format of it, and like stuff that might seem kind of like mundane to us who have had the internet for like a long time now, like our whole lives at this point, was kind of like revolutionary at the time. But yeah, I don't know. It's tough to make heads or tails of this thing, but I'm definitely curious about this project because this is going to be the first time that Homestuck is being put into a format that I feel I can easily and comfortably access it without too much strain or effort, or feeling like I'm looking at the wrong thing. And probably because like I know the comic originated in like a user input type of system where like people would like send comments or posts or something about like what the main character should do next, and that would like determine the actions. So it's like it's one of those like a car that could fly all of a sudden. Like it's like you're just kind of like building on it as it goes, and then all of a sudden it like takes off, like that metaphor. Like it feels like it maybe was a little bit more ramshackle at the beginning, and then like became this huge thing that people were super emotional about. So having it in this like repackaged format, I'd be interesting to see what it is. But I would love to read the comic as well. So I mean, if I can find a way it's like accessible, I'll definitely do it at this point because I've been baited.
That it's like it's gone. Yeah, that's very weird.
Yeah, I'm certain that like people have it saved somewhere and it'll come up in some other form if it's like just left to rot. But I would assume the reason why they would take it down is because they're gonna publish like an official version. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Yeah,
I didn't realize that Homestuck was like one creator. Like it's one of those projects where there's so much fan content that I just kind of assumed it was a collective.
Well, I think it became one from what I was reading. Like it started with the single guy, Andrew Hussey, which a ton of people have beef with him for whatever reasons. I don't even get it. But like
because it's someone on the internet who's existed for more than 10 years, and so it's like, are you gonna step in something kind of deal?
Yeah, probably that. Probably he's made mistakes when he was edgy and a teenager. But who knows? Maybe he's the worst guy ever.
Subreddit post on a subreddit for like a pair of YouTubers I really like, and it was, man, I'm really glad these guys didn't become crazy racists. And it's like, yeah, I feel that sentiment often. The deal with internet creators who are around for more than like a decade, you can just throw a dart at the board, and it's like, are they going to be a crypto scammer? Are they going to be like a right-wing grifter? Are they going to be like racist, transphobic? Like where are they going to fall as it continues on? I don't know anything about the Homestuck creator, but that sentiment I feel like is very prevalent. There was just that feeling that like people who did YouTube or internet-based stuff like 15 years ago, you could do that without people knowing a lot about you, and a lot of them ended up being crazy. Like I think about like a lot of older Let's Play people and stuff like that, and it's like you could throw a rock and find a insane person pretty quick.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was definitely a lot more of the Wild West and a lot more of a minefield, and it's so it'll be interesting. I'm sure that we'll all learn a lot more about Andrew Hussey in the future. But I do also to the thing you were saying about Homestuck being made by a collective. I also had that kind of conception, and it is somewhat true. It seems like at some point during the production, like the scale got bigger, and then like the creator started like delegating or divvying up like different chapters or something like that. So there was a huge amount of people and like collaboration involved in the creation of the comic, as far as I can tell. But yeah, and like is the thing that I'm familiar with. But yeah, that's really the only people I know involved are like Toby Fox and Viv Z Pop, and I like what both of them do, so I'm kind of like, okay, I'm in. But yeah,
that's fair.
We will see.
Well, Mallory, I did not explore the depths of the internet on this particular week, but I do feel like you're slowly pulling me into the Tumblr verse over time, like with the Toby Foxes and the Timmys and the whatnots. I feel like my Blue Sky follower list is just evolving as this show continues, which I think is fun.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about something mainstream. I want to talk about a spooky movie that I went and saw this past week.
Megan 2.0?
Nope. I hate you because I'm going to sit here and go, have you heard of Weapons? And you're going to go, I haven't heard of it, but is it Megan 2.0? And I'm going to be mad.
I I don't know what Weapons is, but it doesn't sound like it's for the dolls. I guess I'll hear you
scene for you, all right? Because no, it is not for the dolls. It's not for the TikTok girlies. This is a scary, spooky, extravagant movie. Weapons. Very, very Jordan Peele title. Like one word. Like weapons. Like what does it mean? This is a movie about children and what happens when they disappear. Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, fuck. God,
so picture this, right?
Okay.
You hate when children disappear. You kind of like it secretly, but you hate it.
No, I don't like when children... I hate when kids get kidnapped and killed.
This is near and dear to your heart, actually, because it's about a school teacher, kind of.
Interesting.
Let me set the scene. You're in random middle of nowhere town, right? Like suburban city. And it's a normal day. You're a teacher. You're walking into class. And all of your students don't show up for class. Like all of them.
I would lose my shit. That's probably one of the most terrifying things I have ever conceived of. I don't like that. That makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, you just follow the teacher like into the school, and there's one. I should say she has one student left in her classroom, and all the rest are missing.
Is it a ghost kid? Is the kid
Is a kid?
Is the kid have like dark circles under their eyes and it's like, I don't know where they
Maybe
went, miss? God, this is
maybe a little. But what happens, right, is they figure out at like 2:17 in the morning, I think 17 children just like got out of bed, walked out of their house, and ran off into the darkness.
God, stop it. I hate this so much. This is the worst. And this is as bad as watching it. This is so bad.
No. It's great. And it's set in modern times, right? So, like, a bunch of people have, like, Ring cameras and, like, security systems. And you just see kids running. And they're running. Well, here, I'll bring you back. They're basically, like, Naruto running. Like, they look really awkward and weird. Like, the way they hold their hands as they run.
But I'm getting the shivers because what if they're possessed? I hate when people do like inhuman stuff, you know, because they're possessed. That's like, oh.
Who knows? That's where the movie starts. And it's like,
okay.
Well, why did these kids do this? Why is this one kid, has he not been like possessed or like decided to run off? Why is it all this one teacher's classroom? Like all of these questions start. And then it's like, all right, 2 months later. And basically, the entire town is, like, paranoid, and none of the kids have been found, and the teacher is being, like, pushed out of the school because people think that she had something to do with it, even though there's, like, no evidence for that, and just goes.
Here's the thing. If all of my 17 students, Naruto ran into and got possessed and ran into the night and were never seen again... Even if I didn't do anything wrong, I would be like, that's my fault. And I would just be like, take me away, boys. Like, I feel like I would just, at that point, you have to take responsibility, even if you didn't do anything.
It's a rough time for that teacher character, let me tell you.
Oh, my God.
She's having a bad day in a bad couple of months.
That's the most upsetting thing I've heard ever. Except for every other horror movie I've heard explained to me.
All the kids have like super blank expressions too, and they go out their front door and they basically like run in a straight line like into the darkness. Like you see it a lot from like Ring cameras, and it's just like, where are they going? Don't know.
God.
And then there's a bunch of angry parents, and there's a bunch of confused like school administration people, and then that's the movie. And then stuff happens, and let me tell you, those kids are up to some stuff. It's very interesting where it goes.
Oh my God. That is, oh man. I feel like you just told me like, oh yeah, yeah, Trump got another 4 years. It's like,
Yep.
yeah, the worst thing happened ever. It's like, well, cool. I guess 18 kids are. I guess I gotta remember that it's not real life. Man, this bothers me.
Well, so people are taking this movie right, and they're applying a bunch of different like metaphors to it. Like, you could see it as like a school shooting metaphor. A lot of the movie deals with basically like grief and how people process that or don't process that. But the horror is in the unknowing, right? It's like, what happened to them? Nobody knows. And you as the audience don't know for, 2/3 of the movie or what have you.
Yeah, that's what terrifies me. It's like...
The answers the movie gives are interesting, but it is a fun movie.
Man,
oh. That's a bummer.
That's a bummer. I feel like I have that feeling of like being on a roller coaster, or like I feel like this is the thing with me. I mean, I guess we can talk about like my intolerance for horror movies, but I feel like I have such a like low threshold for just being really upset and just really like rocked and like, God, I'm so upset. Like, do you not feel that way? Like when you hear...
No, they're fun.
Like
I hear a premise like that and I'm like, ooh. Because it's such a mystery, right? Like, I just want to know what's happening.
Yeah. I mean, I guess so, but I'm also just like, I'm like the concept... I mean, maybe it's because you put me in the shoes of the teacher who shows up and all their students are gone, but I'm just like...
Which so does the movie, but yeah.
Yeah, like, the concept of like something that strange and horrifying happening is like, I think when people act in a way that's like they got blank face expressions and they're like moving in like unnatural ways, that stuff will always just bother me so much. Like that twists up my guts. I'm like, I don't
they
like
all just adopted
that.
the
I wish
Gen
it
Z
wasn't
stare.
happening.
They all just went like, like
yeah. Maybe they're
they TikTok danced out of the room. It was
their
crazy.
Phones were in the forest. So they ran to get their Wi-Fi 5G.
Oh no.
That's a good point, actually. Kids these days, man.
Are we a Kids These Days podcast? Is that what we're becoming?
Easily. Look at how old we are.
The example I always think of with like lame, boring, like generational humor is like, why does Starbucks not call the coffee a large? Why do they call it a venti? Like, it's like just the lamest, like Ricky Gervais-esque like stand-up.
I'm like, what's my bone to pick is like Fortnite. There's no way that's fun. You cannot convince me that that's a fun thing to do. It looks so boring, and there's no way. Not convinced. Do you got any bones to pick with the younger generation? We don't need to.
No,
we don't need to do it ironically.
Starbucks names their coffee venti. I think that's like a really lame, boring joke that I've heard like a million times.
Yeah, I definitely go to Starbucks and ask for a tall. Except I don't because Free Palestine. You thought you got me on that one.
I did.
Think again.
In terms of actual beef with the modern generation, no, they're in a really tough position, and I feel bad for them as AI takes away all entry-level jobs.
Yeah, the only thing tougher is my position.
Exactly.
So...
Technical
what about
writers,
OJ?
They have it the worst, I think.
We didn't get a sub story when we were, and nobody paid attention to us. Because no one pays attention to anyone, okay? No one cares about anyone in the world. All right.
What a great existential note to, or I don't know.
No, we're good. We're good. Do you got more news, Sam? I got news.
I don't have much more news. Just Weapons, cool movie. It goes places. It'd be a very fun recommendation for this podcast because you are easily spooked. But also, I didn't do a good enough job selling this. This movie's also really, really funny. Might have been some of the moments I laughed at the hardest in the movie theater this year. Like, there's just a lot of people reacting to this scenario in a very true to life way of just basically going like, what is happening? Like having like very real reactions basically of like, this is stupid.
I like that. I appreciate that because that's kind of like, yeah, you want to feel heard, especially in a horror movie. I feel like the trope of is like, if I was in a horror movie, I would just leave and close the door. You know what I mean? It's like when you get that feeling from a character of like, this is what I would do. Like that's very refreshing.
There's a lot of good like snap cuts. Like for instance, the teacher basically is like becoming an alcoholic over the whole thing, and there's just like a hard cut to her with like a big Subway like big gulp and just pouring vodka into it in her car, and it's just like it just cuts right to that. You're like, yeah, all right, that's a pretty realistic reaction.
Yeah, it's like, girl, me too. I love that. That's really funny. I don't know.
There's a really
I feel
good
like,
bit where someone gets like, you know, in horror movies where you start to get like the dream that is like super vivid and like exactly relating to the situation you're in. This movie has one of those, but then the character reacts like exactly as you would react as a real person, tell you exactly what's happening, and they're not at all like a dream you'd have in real life. Like they're so specific, and like maybe there's something supernatural going on, or maybe it's just like a cheat the filmmaker is using. Well, this movie has one of those, and the character just like wakes up and it's just like, what? Like I don't like it. It was such a human reaction. It's Josh Brolin, who was like cowboy dad character. Like he is very stoic character actor guy, and he just reacts in a way that like the entire theater was laughing. And I'm like, yeah, this is a good movie. This has some really
funny,
really weirdly good comedic timing. But it's not that weird because the guy who made it is actually one of the people behind Whitest Kids You Know, the old sketch comedy YouTube like series, maybe even pre-YouTube, like old sketch comedy.
Yeah, no, that's sick. I love that realism, especially like I know exactly the trope you're talking about. It's like everything in the dream is like extremely foreshadowing, and just not like any other dream that a human being has ever dreamed. Like your dreams are just like, oh, I have a long lost sister. Oh, I have to reconnect with her. That's awkward. Does she want to reconnect with me? Maybe I shouldn't say anything. And then you wake up stressed about your long lost sister and whether you should text her back or not. And then like halfway through the day, you're like, wait a second. That wasn't real at all. Hold on.
Yeah, this is like, this is exactly what you're going through. But also, here's some fucked up, scary shit. And then, like, the character reacts appropriately of like, what? There's just a lot of those moments.
That's funny. I like that a lot. I mean, yeah. I mean, okay, you're selling me on the movie a little bit more, and maybe the fact that I've heard the premise, it's like dulling me a little bit. It like if I'm watching it in like a week's time or something.
It's still pretty creepy, Mallory.
The problem is, it's like
into a basement and you just see all the kids, and they're all standing like stock still and like staring off into distance. Like, just imagine. I'm not saying that
feel
happens
like puking.
in the movie,
I actually feel like
happen.
I actually feel like I'm gonna throw up. Like, I'm not even kidding. That's the worst. Why do people
you're a
make
teacher,
stuff?
Right? And it's your duty to protect these kids, and you just didn't notice anything wrong happening. You know, like they just all vanished. What did you do? Why did you do this?
Mime Junior.
And now you're having to stand up in front of like a conference of like all the parents and be like, you know, I've prepared my statement here, and I don't know what happened, and I also love these kids, and I'm sad. And that's the movie Weapons, and it's a fun time.
Dude, okay, I'm pretty like popular with the parents of my students overall.
Yeah,
they
would
if you drop
one
me
day.
So quickly. if all of the kids disappeared, they would drop me so quickly. I would be dead. I would be hunted in the street. Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, I always knew that teacher was bad. Like, there's a lot of those kind of comments in the movie, and it's like, oh man.
They're like, that was a red flag when she ate chocolate almonds in the middle of one of the classes because her energy was flagging.
There's literally like, I think it's like the principal of the school is like giving her crap because at some point she like gave a kid a ride home who needed a ride home, and it's like, well, that was inappropriate and you didn't go through the right channels and and it's like, clearly we're gonna use this to justify firing you not because of the school disappearance. Like, clearly it's because of this. It's fun. It's a good movie. It goes places.
This is my real life and the real life traumas that I have to avoid. And it's like, what if everything in your life went wrong? Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
you.
pretty much. And you had nothing to do with
God.
it, and you have no idea why it happened.
Oh. Speaking of nightmares, I used to this was like a theme in my nightmares until I was like probably 20. Or like all my dreams in general. This was like 100% true of every dream that I have is I could never speak in a dream. I could only and when I would realize that I couldn't speak, all of a sudden everyone would get mad at me and start accusing me of stuff that I could easily explain away if only I had my voice, and just get really upset. That happened like so frequently. I would like wake up being like, blah! Like, because I'm just like trying to like yell at people like I didn't do it or something, and like I found my voice
in the dorm
dream.
room we used to share, being like, what's happening?
Yeah. I found my voice in my dreams at some point. I don't know. I probably like completed my character arc or something to unlock that ability.
Great,
but I'm just
you found your voice in your dreams. That's
yeah.
awesome.
It's pretty nice because like it would be a pretty frequent occurrence that I would have nightmares just based on the fact that I realized I couldn't speak. But yeah, that's what that sounds like though. It's like I feel like I just have this fear of like, oh yeah, everyone's accusing me of doing something and I didn't do anything, and no believes me. That's bad.
What happens
That's
to
a bad
community when
movie.
there's no answer, right? Like there's no explanation. There's no logic to it. And again, I think that people can take this movie and make it a big like school shooter metaphor really easily.
Right.
Like it evokes like heavier topics in real life, right? Even if the movie's not about one thing, right? Because I think the director has come out and been like, it's not just about school shootings. But the movie's called Weapons, and at some point there's a giant, in one of the dreams, there's a giant floating, like, assault rifle. So it's kind of about weapons, let's be honest. It goes
I know
places.
writers who use subtlety, they're all cowards.
I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The problem with this is if you make me watch this, then I'm going to have to get a friend to watch it with me, and it's going to have to be within like the narrow like time before the podcast comes out. So I'm going to have to kind of harangue them and be like, you have to watch this with me. I need to watch this week. And then they're going to say why. And then I'm going to have to explain.
Then you have to tell people in your real life that you have a podcast, and you don't want to do that.
To my normie friends. And then I'm going to get, I don't know, I'm going to get in trouble or something. So that's the real tragedy of this. And like Gen Zers, they don't understand. Whoever these kids are, they don't get
Alpha
that
now.
kind of pain. Gen Alpha. I'm about to be Gen Omega. Anyway, listen.
Anyway, we're old, and that means we like Pokemon. Bum, 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 time to go to the Pokemon Resort. I thought the song was pretty lacking, I'll be honest.
Every time this song starts... Hold on. Wait, I need to do it. I'll concierge you in the next section. All right, now we're in the next section.
You don't need to do it. I already transitioned this out. You just don't need to.
I was like, hold on. We're talking about it already. Let me stop and just let us transition.
Yeah, hold on. That was a really, like, that moved too smoothly. Let's grind the gears to a halt and, like, break the machine, and then let's keep going.
We could get upset. We have one fan that said that like they live for the transitions each week, and they commented on another video recently. So I cannot drop the ball at this point.
Please make yourself at home.
Right.
Mallory, this week I pitched you Pokémon Concierge, a 4-episode Netflix stop-motion animation, velvety, fluffy, cute Pokemon short that is for little babies who are little children, I think, is where I've come down on this. But I don't care about what I think about it. I care about what you think about it.
Well, as the podcast residents, babies / little children, I adored this series. I spoke with multiple of our mutual friends over the week and mentioned that we were watching Pokemon Concierge for the podcast, and all of their responses were, Sam picked this because this is the most me-coded pitch of all time. Apparently, like, my brother didn't even know
I'm
that you
allowed
were,
to
like...
have whimsy, all right?
My brother didn't even know that you liked Pokemon, which, like, I know this. Like, we talk about Pokemon plenty, but, like...
I have a living dex up to Pokemon Gen XY.
Yeah, no, this guy is a true blue Pokemon fan, but people not...
I made a video about Arceus.
That's fair too. Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely like, but I think like the level of branding that I engage, like the amount of like this is my personality, like it's I'll be like, oh, Disney adults are so cringe, and then
I was exactly what I was about to say. You are at the Disney adult level, I think, with Pokemon.
They're making a Pokemon theme park.
Yes, they are.
Another one, but like a permanent one in Osaka, and I will be there whenever it's
Now
out.
listen,
I'm going.
Did I travel to Japan and immediately go to the Pokemon Center? Yeah. But they have a giant Rayquaza statue, and if I had to, Mallory, I had to.
You had to.
Pokemon, it comes for us all, you know.
It's sick. I watched like a video before this. It got recommended to me of drag queens Trixie and Katya talking about Pokemon, and Trixie is familiar with it and Katya isn't, because they're about like 10 years apart, so like Katya completely like missed the wave. Trixie was like right at the good age for like Pokemon Red or whatever to come out, and like she's like explaining it, and like and Katya's just like not. She's like, you know, you like go around and you find like the Pokemon and then you catch it and then like now you have it or whatever. And then she just goes, and then what? And she's like, you know, it's like any, like, you know, people don't go like, oh, yoga, there's no point to that. You know what I mean? Like cut him some slack. You know, it's satisfying in itself to catch the Pokemon.
Yeah, you don't look
but
at
it
like
is
101 Dalmatians and go, yeah, they have 101 Dalmatians, and you go, okay, well, what happens next? They have 101 dogs. That's the movie. Like, what do you want?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's very hard to put into words. I was trying to think like why I like Pokemon so much. It's just
I think we never stood a chance, Mallory. Pokemon Yellow is literally like the first video game I ever played. Like the Pokemon TV, the anime was like so prevalent that Saturday morning cartoon slot, like there was no escaping it.
Totally. Yeah, no, it completely overtook me. I think something about Pokemon, at least the way I experience it now, is like I don't know how to explain this other than to say, in my mind, Pokemon is real life, in the sense that it's like it's about the world. I feel like it's just such a real lived-in world, and it's so kind of like analogous. It's like, what if all of our what if we didn't have to worry about infrastructure problems and taxes and people stealing children off the street, and they could just like roam the land forever? You know, what if you didn't have to sleep or eat, and you could just travel around forever, like collecting little creatures?
What if every single part of society was based around having like cute cats and dogs? Yeah, no, it's
yeah. What if everyone was just chill? You know, like everyone's chill, so but it's like it. So much of it is also just like analogous, and like especially as they release more and more regions that are like analogous to other locations and like IRL. Like there's been an American Pokemon region, a UK Pokemon region. Like those are the countries that I'm from. So like in my mind, it's just real life. And then
when we get to like generation 19 and they're like, all right, the American South, then I'll really, my love for Pokemon will bloom once again, you know? Like when they've like, we have at the bottom of the barrel.
The bad guy teams are like fighting over like different kinds of barbecue sauce.
Yes.
Like they're like rival biker games.
Team Eastern style versus Team Western style. Vinegar based versus molasses based. Go.
Yeah. I think it just feels so immersive, and it's such a like a blank open slate canvas to feel like you just kind of put yourself in, like, you make a bond with a creature, like it's like about your connection to that individual. And
Well, it's so
there's
easy
so
to
much,
like overlay it onto
yeah.
real life, right? Like it took me a minute to get what you meant when you said I think of Pokemon like real life, and I got a little scared and I started typing in like some phone numbers and like looking for people to call, but then you kept going, and now I kind of get what you mean. But I got a
Yeah.
little nervous there for a second. It's like, yeah, it's just like real life, and they talk to me, and
Yeah.
they sit on my shelf, and they do like a dance, and it's but you can
Blossom.
take your real life, and you can just be like, yeah, but what if there was like a Pikachu right there? Like that, I get it. Like you walk next to a like babbling brook, and you're like, yeah, but what if some Magikarp were hanging out? Like you can really,
Oh my god,
apply it easily. And I think a lot of the Pokemon media I've enjoyed in the last decade or so takes that theme and runs with it, right? Like I know you and I both have wasted so much time playing Pokemon Go, even though it really kind of sucks as a video game. But just the feeling of like, I'm gonna walk over there and try and catch an Oddish is powerful.
Yeah, I talk a lot about meeting strangers in the parking lot at like 1 a.m. and getting driven around to different Pokestops. Like, back in the old days, Sylvia Plath being jealous of my experiences. But like, it was I feel like such an all-consuming thing. The only thing that I could think that is analogous to it is like I feel like the appeal is like the same as like Harry Potter. I feel like for all it's like,
Which you remain a huge
going up
fan
in
of,
flames
right?
now.
But like unproblematic media. That's what we're all about on this podcast.
Yeah. Go listen. It's. I feel like the reason.
Yeah, go.
Listen.
No, I get
The
what you're saying.
reason
Harry
why-
Potter had the same vibe of like,
Yeah.
you're a normal person, but you could be a wizard. Like,
Yeah, like you're waiting for your Hogwarts letter. It's like, are you gonna like, what mythical creature is gonna be the thing that goes inside of your wand? What wood type is it gonna be? What's your Patronus?
right? What's your
sorting
Patronus?
hat?
What's your wand? What's your house in
Yeah.
Harry Potter? What's your starter in
Yeah.
Pokemon? What's your region? What's your gym battle? Like, yeah, I get you.
Yeah, exactly. There's a
What are you
level
gonna
of
use
like
the Master Ball
personalization.
on?
Yes. Yeah. And I think that like for Harry Potter, like I think that was like the appeal of it, at least for me and for like a lot of people, was just like imagining themselves in this world as opposed to being like so gripped by the story. And I think that's like the same for
yeah.
Pokemon for the most part. It's like
I don't know if
you're
anyone's
just,
really
like,
gripped by the Pokemon story, you know?
Yeah. And it's or I guess in Pokemon the analogous thing would be like game mechanics, Like the main thing of Pokemon is the game, but like ultimately like I don't know that the game is like that deep and entertaining. People want to do competitive VGC whatever, but I'm just kind of like I've never enjoyed it for the game. I've always enjoyed it for like the story and the narrative for myself and the experiences and like the
internal
that I'm
story you create for
projecting.
yourself, right? Like the theme I made my team around, or like making the game yourself, I feel like is a big piece of it, right? And you and I have talked about this a lot off podcast, but I have very particular needs from Pokemon games. Like I want to capture that feeling of like I'm on my own adventure as much as possible. And so the games that are more like railroady or that like hold your hand too much, I have like a deep aversion to the point where it like ruins some of the games for me. Like I know you've heard this before, but I just have to say it. The Rotom decks in Alolan region
Alola, yeah.
like bothered me so much because it was like I could walk 5 feet and it's like, hey, do you want to check out that house? And it's like, well, I was going to check out that house, but now I don't want to because you told me to. Like it just had that feeling to it of like there is no exploration, there is no finding things out for yourself. Like you are going to be like drug from place to place. I think X and Y had that problem too, where you have like 5 rivalry team members and they're always like, hey, before you explore the city, let me tell you every secret about it. Like, okay, well,
Yeah. I think a lot of we have had a lot of debates over Sun and Moon, but I think we've resolved that one of the keys of it is that I played X and Y a lot more, and like it was I disliked X and Y for that reason more, and then Sun and Moon felt like a toning down, but again compared to like the DS games, like it was all like way up from before anyway.
Well, you go like the first 4 gens, right? And it's like there's almost not enough of that to where people get like people get frequently lost playing like red and green, right?
Yeah.
But I kind of prefer that.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's very interesting franchise, but ultimately I think I'm like my joy of Pokemon at this point is like so disconnected from the games or anything. Like I'm just like, oh, I just want more of these characters to come in so that I can like make my like team that I've built like even more niche aesthetic, like
Right.
you know, like just really hone in like, oh wow, I can have a team like you could have a team of all frogs. It's like, well, now you can have a team of all pink frogs. Now you can have a team of all, you know, it's like there's just like we're getting like so 2 of my favorite Pokemon that I've got right here. I have Blossom and Lilligant, and as you can see, they are very similar.
Yeah.
But I love them both. And it's like, I don't know, I love just having a full floral team. I love having like a weird ghost team where they're all little objects. Like I talked about Sweet's Relay deck and like the TCG card game that like the app that came out recently, that it's
right.
just like
you can
all
field a team of 6 that are all
food
desserts.
team.
Like
yeah, and it's like that's I don't know. There's something about like the number of them that's cool. Getting off, I know like we'll definitely like dip more into like the appeal of Pokemon and the pros and cons of everything like throughout this conversation, but like to get us on track of the actual discussion of the thing we watched,
there being like 1,000 Pokemon, right? It has, when you're looking at extra Pokemon media like Concierge or the trading card game or Pokemon Journeys, like all the music videos they've made and the animated shorts, it's always, there's so many Pokemon to choose from, and so it's fun to see like what do they focus on. Like I think Concierge, only because stop motion animation's really expensive, they only featured like less than 30 Pokemon, and so it was like every time they showed a new model, it was like, oh, that's how this series does like Diglett, you know, for instance.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it was like, I think that's like, we've talked about like how much we love like a lot of the animated content that like comes out of the Pokemon YouTube channel and stuff. Like, honestly, I feel like it could be a pitch just like watching a whole bunch of those. But like, I think that the Pokemon media philosophy has definitely shifted from like exclusively like just putting Pikachu on lunchboxes to like, let's just like have things like, let's make an animated like multi-episode series on YouTube about a girl and her like Nidoran. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
let's have the internet be like taken over by the Piplup step, you know? Like
yes.
You can get fan content too, and it's like everyone has a favorite and everyone can find new favorites from this like extra media.
Absolutely. And it like it works, and I think that like they maybe didn't fully get that for a long time. Like the Pokemon anime, I feel like has always served as like kind of an advertisement and been successful, but it's like
right.
I
well, the
realized,
Pokemon
like,
anime is like Ash is going to go to the new region and he's going to take like 4 or 5 from that new region, but he's still going to have Pikachu, and he's probably going to have like a couple of old favorites.
Yeah, and I feel like it kind of walked this line where it's like we're really stuck on Ash and Pikachu as like the focus, but then like we are still like making sure all the new Pokemon are featured in different episodes, and like I was gonna say, like, I don't think it's a coincidence that like pretty much any Pokemon that like James from Team Rocket used is like one of my favorites. Like it's not a coincidence that I'm all about Chimecho and like Mr. and like Mime Jr. and stuff. Like that didn't just happen out of nowhere. Like
Sudowoodo.
I think that,
or was that was did they have a Sudowoodo or Brock had a Sudowoodo?
Brock had a Bonsly. Yeah, it evolved into Sudowoodo,
That's
and he also had a Krogunk. And
Wobbuffet.
I have a Krogunk on my desk.
Right.
Wobbuffet. Yeah, Jesse had Wobbuffet, and I also love Wobbuffet. I'm trying to think. I mean, like Togepi, obviously the classic Misty Pokemon. I was
You
like,
keep reaching for more stuffed animals, and I'm like, surely you're running out, and it just hasn't happened yet.
yeah, no, it's like, I think that I like these like shorter animated things, and that like they're able to focus on like main characters that aren't using like Pikachu, Eevee, Charizard, like the main ones. As much as I even like those popular ones, it's like I love the nicheness of it. And man, let me tell you about this Psyduck. I got so sad because I had a Psyduck plush that was like, you see the bigger plushes behind me, the Piplup and the Turtwig and the Chinchino. Like, I had a Psyduck that was that size, and I lost in the earthquake. Like, I took it with me to the earthquake shelter because I was like, I need a pillow, and this is huge. And it did not come back, and like I didn't notice until I moved because I have so many large plushies. I was like, I don't have Psyduck anymore. That sucks. But hopefully it found a good home.
Yeah, I was gonna say Psyduck's like hanging out with another trainer now.
Yeah, no, but I mean, but it's I love Psyduck. It's doofy. It's weird. Like, yes, it was
great
like,
choice for the
featured. Show. In like the original anime with Misty, but it's been so long since it was like a major character, and like I loved it being the star. I love Psyduck. It's good. I love I've always loved the feature. Like, it's such a interesting, weird concept that its headaches are what give it psychic powers. And there's so many. I talk about it a lot, but like Diamond and Pearl is my like favorite Pokemon game, and like there's like a plot in Diamond and Pearl where they're like the obstacle, and you have to get like a medicine for them to cure their headaches or they won't leave. It's such a strange little concept. I thought it was really pretty. Like, this is a very short series. It's not particularly deep. It's not particularly like
no. I would say any like I'm having millennial troubles of not knowing what I want to do with my life stuff, I would say is pretty shallow as far as story goes. Like, I think I messaged you during the week and I was like, are we watching a show for like babies? Like, is this like the like 4 and up Pokemon series, or like have I led us astray? But it doesn't matter, because then you see like a Wingull and you're like, I love Wingull. Like, that's
Wingull!
great.
Yeah. No, like it was I think like even despite it not being that deep, the way that they just like weaved in like Psyduck, like the solution for its like headaches is to let its psychic powers out like little by little throughout the day, as like a clear parallel to her like
stress.
Not building up all of her stress and like, learning to relax.
Millennial angst.
Yeah,
right.
just her like city girl angst that she's unable to like shake herself of these patterns that she's like now in this like tropical paradise. It was nice. I liked it. It made me happy. I was like, this is good.
It had a good blend of Pokemon, right? Like, there's obviously a lot of Gen 1 representation, which there always is going to be. But like, so much focus was given to those stupid monkeys from Gen 5, which, like, I don't care about at all, but, like, they made them very charming in this series.
Totally. Yeah, it's like, I love the Pokemon anime franchise's ability to show personalities to these characters that you would just completely overlook and not care about,
They made a choice to include a Trubbish in this series. They only made 29 models, and one of them was Trubbish, and I'm like, it's bold, but I appreciate it.
Totally. Or like just having Metagross around being completely chill and not fighting or doing anything wrong. Having Graveler.
Graveler, all that's great, but also they knew who the real greatest starter was. And they made sure to like give this character a full shot and have the characters go, oh my god, you're so cute. Oh my god, the cutest, the best. Of course I'm talking about Mudkip.
All right, Mudkip hour has begun.
I'm not immune to Pokemon nostalgia, and like I've been baited by this series because I look at that little felt Mudkip and I'm like, my heart grew 3 sizes too big, you know? Like, I'm just... all my cynicism and old age grumpiness just melts away, and I'm... As I was watching this, right?
Yeah.
It's fine. Like, the story is, like, paper thin. The animation is incredibly beautiful, right? But it's basically, like, I might as well be watching, like... If none of the characters talked, like, if it was just a silent film of Pokemon, like, interacting on an island, it would be just as good.
Yeah,
but
I see.
I had the same feeling I had with a product of similar quality, which is the Detective Pikachu movie, where I'm sitting in the movie theater and I'm going, man, this is pretty poorly written and these characters are really bad at acting and, like, this is not great. But anytime it, like, cut to Pokemon just existing in the world, like, I found myself getting emotional, and I just don't know what to do with that anymore. Like, I'm like, this is the hold this series has on me, whether I'm a lapsed game fan or I don't really watch, like, the anime anymore or anything like that. Like, Pokemon still just, like, makes me warm and fuzzy. And maybe that means I'm a weeaboo Disney adult, but it is what it is. And I see that Mudkip, and he did a little water gun on the flowers, and I just go, like, squee. Like, I'm just, like, so happy.
It's good. I think, honestly, when I saw Mudkip, I was a little bit like, oh, I hope Sam doesn't hate the series. And then I saw Mudkip being, like, a major featured player. I was like, we're in the clear.
We're in the clear. Wooper, though?
Yeah, no.
I don't even like Wooper, but Wooper was
I
incredible.
love Wooper. I used to have a thing about Wooper where because it was really easy to catch in the Safari Zone, and I thought it was really cute, and I was like, I'm going to fill a box of, like, 30 Pokemon with Wooper. I had a box full of Wooper, and then on Pokemon Battle Revolution, you could, like, upload your Pokemon and make little profiles, and I made, like, a superhero called Wooper Man, who just had all Woopers, and that was a fun little creation for me.
And then Rotom Dex said, wait a minute, Mallory, you're having too much fun. Let's go over here now.
Your team may be a little susceptible from attacks from grass types. Are you sure you don't want to change anything? This is made up. We're shadowboxing the Rotom Dex. The Rotom Dex does not tell you, like...
But it feels like it does, like, and that's the problem.
It just chimes in and is like, hey, do you want to go into this building? And then once you go through the story once, it pretty much fucking shuts up.
And here's my problem, Mallory, because the new games don't do that as much, which is great, but they also run like complete ass. And they're so close. They're almost there. They're almost to games that I want to play again. And I have so much hate in my heart at the same time as I love this damn Pocket Monster series.
Yeah, it's hard to care about, like, runtime for me, and I feel bad because I'm like, maybe
I'm not talking about runtime. I'm talking about the like, fact that I can't play the game because it wants to crash every 5 seconds. Okay, I want to play the video game.
That's what I meant to. I don't know how to. I don't even know the words for it, which shows you how little I think
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Frame rate or glitching, whatever.
We can talk about pop-in. We can talk about the fact that the games look like mud. Like,
it just doesn't register to me because I just don't have, and like this is what, like, I know you will accept this about me, but this is what will make the gaming boy masses be just really angry at me, is that, like, I just completely am like, oh, look, it's a new cute shape animal or whatever. Like, I do so much work to make this game enjoyable for myself that you could be like, the Pokemon company has all this money and they should be doing the work to make it entertaining for you. And I'm just like, oh, like, I just like don't care, I guess. I don't know.
Normally, I'm not trying to defend myself. X fandom deserves better is, like, ridiculous, and it's something that, like, chuds on the internet say. Pokemon, it's kind of embarrassing. I'm like, why is it gotta be shitty? Just make it good. I want to play a good game. Like, please.
Yeah.
Just make it like I like the 360 and the PS3 era, right? But I would like to play a game that feels like it was made in the last 15 years.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Just don't care so much.
Just have no standards.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it.
Like,
There's all this. Yeah, Wingle. He's right there.
it gets in
Wingle
the way
is-
of me getting to my enjoyment of Pokemon, which is unfortunate. It just bums me out because I want it to be good. But that's okay because the
Yeah.
side stuff I think is pretty good and has continued to be good, and also is good in the animation realm, like Concierge, which I know we keep talking around because it's 4 like 10-minute shorts.
Yeah, because there's maybe not as much to talk about with it. I mean, I guess like I'm curious the question of who you would say this series is targeted at, because like I think it's like obviously watchable for children and is like made in such a way to be extremely inoffensive, as most Pokemon content is. Like it is very, the Disney parallels are there for a reason. Like it's like very soft and childish, and like you said, like if the volume was off you could probably watch it and be like equally entertained. If you just need to like put something on the iPad for your kid in the back.
I would that's
like,
kind of how I feel about it. Is I think like there's been a big push in the last few years to like have like low stimulation content for children, right? Like you don't want it to be you want to prevent the TikTok brain for as long as you can, right? Is like the goal. And like I have a young nephew and niece, right? And it's like stuff like Miss Rachel or Bluey that have this reputation of like, this won't make your kids crazy immediately, right? Like they're gonna get crazy when they get like 8 years old and they have an iPhone and they can just start going through YouTube Shorts like the rest of us. But let's slow that roll as best we can, right? And that's what this feels like to me, where it's like very soothing, but also people who are like in their 20s want that too. So it's like it's missing children entirely. It's like young kids or like sad adults is kind of where I feel like the audience for Pokemon Concierge is.
Yeah. Well, because that's what I was going to say. I'm like, it definitely feels like they were really trying to like rope in the our age demographic with the protagonist being who she is and like everything like that. Like I dumped in my boyfriend and ruined my best pair of shoes, and then like worked really hard to make curry and it didn't taste good anyway. Like that intro is very like hashtag relatable adulting. Like I'm like right there with her. So it's like, and then you have the return to nature like pitch, but it's like, but it's good. I like that it can hit, I guess, both of those demographics, and then like if you got any like 10 or 11-year-olds in the room, they're gonna be pissed that you got this.
They might be a little bored. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
but at the
like
same
I could
time,
see. Yeah,
look at the Pikachu,
your nephew.
It's like made of felt. It's so cute. Like.
Yeah, like I feel like your nephew watching it with his mom, like they would both get something out of it, which is like a nice
Very much
balance
so.
to strike, definitely. Yeah, whereas I guess the Pokemon anime is theoretically for 11-year-old boys, although I don't know if anyone watches that.
The anime, I have no idea anymore. Like I know that they
who it's for.
I mean, I'd hope that people are still watching it like on Saturday mornings, right? But I know that's an old way of thinking about it.
Yeah, I feel like kids are watching like Pokemon YouTubers like opening card packs and like
Probably a little
doing
bit.
VCG battles and being like, this Rayquaza got perfect IVs, and yeah, it's like
Typing in the word Pokemon into Netflix, it was like overwhelming. Like, oh my god, there's so much. Like they had like the Indigo League on there, and they had obviously Concierge, and they had Journeys, and I was like, wow, there is so much Pokemon. Like, I know the anime's like 17, 18 seasons in or whatever, but like, god, there's so much you could get into if you had unlimited free time, like when you're a kid. And and I definitely spent a lot of time in front of the television watching Pokemon Advance mostly as a child.
my god, those theme songs. It's the Battle Frontier one. Do the best you can be and find your destiny. Is the master play? Oh my god, what's the advanced one? Advanced Battle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pokemon Advance Battle. Yeah,
I'm unbeatable.
Yeah, that's what it is. just sacred
Gorgeous.
texts for people our age, you know.
Gorgeous stuff. I have so many memories of like first of all, Misty. When the first episode of Pokemon I ever watched, like Misty was like explaining like I only catch water type Pokemon, and then I was like I need to get the game so that I can only catch water type Pokemon. Like that was my first thing, and that's
Just like
that's my.
You're like the kids and weapons, like just Gen Z or the Gen Alpha stare, like locked in. Like you were just like, I must go get Pokemon now. Like it really did have that feeling to it.
It truly was, because then when I got like Emerald, like my team was like I had like Marshtomp, and then I had like Wingull and Goldeen and like like Lotad. Like it was just only water types for like the longest time because like I gotta be like Misty. It was hugely influential, and then Pokemon Contest came out. That's like the biggest thing that I'm so upset that they don't just make like I wish you could play a Pokemon game where you don't fight, you have like 2 routes and you can do the contest route and not even touch gyms, and it's like this is for the divas, and you just make your Pokemon cute, and then you don't even have to evolve them, and you can just pick the Pokemon you like and up their stats and their features. Pokemon contests are crazy and I love them and I'm super passionate about them.
You're the one who's really into contests.
Oh, it's just so good. It's like the category, like, because they have the categories cool, cute, beautiful, smart, tough, and then it's like building a team around those categories and like being like, you wouldn't think this Pokemon's smart, but actually this goes in the smart category, and then this one goes in the cute. Like it's like, it's like
Magnemite is cute. I guess.
Me.
Like.
Yeah. Oh, so good. If they made a Pokemon contest game, I would be all over it. And it would be really bad, and I wouldn't care or listen to any criticism about it.
And it would cost $70, and like,
it would cost $70,
terrible.
and it wouldn't be. It would just be like what they already put in Pokemon Diamond like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Pokemon Concierge is cool. I like the animation style. It's cute.
Do you have a favorite little felt Pokemon from it?
Favorite felt Pokemon? I mean, like, Psyduck was obviously really charming. The Shy Pikachu got me. I know it's basic, but it was really good. Like
the little the Pikachu without his voice was just really. It was a cute bit of like Pokemon voice acting that I enjoyed quite a bit.
Totally. And
like tired,
the
overwhelmed Pikachu, a little neurodivergent Pikachu. I'm like, all right, I like you.
Yeah, it makes you feel. I think it's almost like a commentary on Pikachu, because like the way the main character Hardy talks about it is like Pikachu's like an idol, like it's so cute, like I just love Pikachu or whatever.
He's got that,
and then
he's got that distinct sharp eye. I'm like, oh, that's true.
Yeah, and then you have droopy eyes Pikachu, and it doesn't fit in. And the kids like pressure like, be more like a Pikachu. Ah, you're lame when it's like not like a Pikachu. And then it's like, maybe you should accept your Pikachu for who it is. And then when it calls out to her, it's good stuff, man. I like it a lot. Good stuff. Do I have an actual favorite though? The monkeys are good. God, I just like all of them. It's so hard to pick.
I would agree. The monkeys are good though.
Hoppip was good. Gyarados, I get emotional about Gyarados a lot. I love Gyarados. And
these are statements that are ridiculous, but I'm right there with you. I'm like, I too get emotional over Gyarados.
Yeah, because it's like you're just like, you got your level 20 Magikarp, you worked so hard, and then it like becomes this just monster. It's such a feel, like that stuff sticks with you for so long, and like whatever memories you make with Pokemon, I feel like just really lodge themselves in you.
Something about seeing the Magikarp like actually use Splash and like what that looks like was very charming to me. Like they're so derpy, but I love them.
It was good. No, I loved like the scene where she like throws it to Tyler and he catches it and
cry.
Like it's crying. First of all, it was really funny, but then when he's just holding it after she leaves and is like smacking his lips and then flops around, it's like, yeah, I love stuff like that where you're like, yeah, that's what it would be like to have a Magikarp with you. It's so good. Do you have like a memory of like a Pokemon that's like just like a weird? Because I think that's the thing. Like I think it's like the uniqueness of Pokemon. Like Carter in this series captures that really well when she goes out to like get the Psyduck of like
find the one that belongs to her, right? Like this is my Pokemon.
She didn't pick it because it was like so cute, or she didn't. I mean, like it's cute obviously, but she didn't pick it because of that. She didn't pick it because she thought it was strong. Like she picked it because it was having a problem and she was able to help solve it, and they like were related on this level, you know. And I feel like the way that you form memories with Pokemon by playing the games is like you have these weird experiences. Like I have one that I'm thinking of, but like do you have like experiences like
where
that
like
where
I
like,
took this Pokemon and I like carried it with me through a lot of the game, and it like I have memories of this Pokemon? Absolutely.
Yeah.
As you know, I am a Gen 3 girly, and there's so many. It does the classic Pokemon thing, right? Of this small, cute little guy becomes this big, crazy like monster. But like I can think of like I had a Seedot that I carried with me into a Shiftry, like through multiple different areas. Getting an Absol, like actually getting one and it not getting away. Or an Abra for that matter, like any Pokemon that was like difficult to catch. Like Absol was so rare in Gen 3, and anytime it would show up, people were like, "Oh, I gotta catch it," but I'm 7 years old and I only bought 2 Pokeballs because I'm an idiot. Like, what am I gonna do? Like,
yeah, that feeling is just my chance.
It all resonates. Yeah, I like a million of them.
Totally,
including my little. I think you got me this guy. But because I played all of Gen 6 and for whatever reason, like Helioptile really spoke to me. He has a cool move where it's an electric type move, but it has an absorb effect, and it's like that is not normal, and I realized that was really cool.
Yeah.
And he has a neck that's like so thin that his head bobbles around. I love him.
It's good. Yeah, no, I feel like see, that's the other thing. I feel like there's an extent of like adult cynicism that takes some of it away, where it's like nowadays it's like if I play a Pokemon game, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna buy 20 Pokeballs, Great Balls, or whatever before I like go into the route because I know that I'm gonna need them. Whereas when you're a kid, it's like, oh, maybe I should save my money. Like you just don't think about it. You're just like, oh, what's this area? And you just like keep running through, and then like you're encountering like shinies and the rarest Pokemon ever, and like that panic, like that feeling. I don't know if I could feel that panic again as an adult, because I just wouldn't like fall into that trap, you know.
Well, it's like I've been playing this game for 35 hours. I'm 2 gyms in. What is an Absol? Like, that is a memory for me. Of like, I've never seen this Pokemon. I've been hanging around Rustboro for like hours. Where'd this guy show up from?
Totally. I mean, because I even like the one that always pops to mind of like a Pokemon that I formed like a really strong attachment to was like a Spinda that I got in Gen 3, where I didn't understand like the breeding mechanics, and I basically put it together with like a Pokemon that wouldn't, like, I thought that they would create an egg, but they didn't. And then it got too high level because I was waiting for the egg. I kept being like, surely it'll come soon. And then it got to such a high level that I didn't have enough money to like buy it out, so it was like stuck. And I
remember
I was,
trying
like,
to level up a Torkoal. I was like, when's Torkoal gonna evolve? And I got it to like level 50, and I was like, there's no evolution for Torkoal? What do you mean? He's the coolest guy. Like,
totally. But that's the thing, is like after I got Spinda, it's like that now I have like a level 40 Spinda, and all my other Pokemon are like level 20. So now Spinda's my strongest one that I'm using and everything. It's like you just form like memories of Pokemon that way. Or like I have a lot of like I guess like learning to love Pokemon stories. Like that's why I'm so I think I'm in a place where you can't make a bad Pokemon that I'm just gonna wholeheartedly believe,
because you go hard into the no, Kefling is great, you don't understand. Like,
there's one Pokemon I can think of that I don't like, but like in general I think like anytime I see a Pokemon I'm like I'll grow to like that if I don't like it initially. Like I have that experience with Nosepass from Gen 3.
Yeah, weirdo.
I hated Nosepass. I really didn't like it because, like, when you fought the Rock Gym leader, first of all, I was like,
uses explosion, and it will like wipe you out at the end of the gym battle. Yeah.
But also it was like I feel like it's such a weird Pokemon where like you fight Brock and he has 2 Geodudes and they're natural grunt Pokemon, and then he has an Onix that's a natural boss Pokemon. And then you fight Roxanne, she has the Geodudes, and then she just has like this weird little... The sprite for it in Ruby Sapphire is so weird. You're like, what is this? It's like this weird little misshapen Lego block.
He's a compass made of rock. Of
yeah,
course.
I didn't get it. I did not get it, and I was like, Nosepass sucks. Why is that a Pokemon? And then like I had this experience playing like Black and White, Black 2, and I was playing through the game, and I just went in blind. I was like, I'm not gonna look up what Pokemon are in here. Let me just like build a team just based on nothing. And I saw Nosepass. I was like, oh yeah, didn't it get a funny looking evolution? Let me get it. All of a sudden, I just loved Nosepass. I was like, I don't know if it was the new art or what, or the fact that it evolved, but all of a sudden I was like, yeah, like the weird looking mustache. But no, I'm a huge Nosepass fan now. I'm like all about it, and I feel like there's just so many Uggo Freakazoid Pokemon that I'm just like, man, you're so strange. Like I love Zubat. You know what I mean? Like Zubat, it's like infamous for being annoying, but then you look at it, you're like, this guy's crazy. He doesn't have any eyes. It's like,
what is that? Yeah, how's that work?
Yeah, it evolves into Crobat. I love cool Pokemon. I love weird Pokemon. I love cute Pokemon. I love elegant Pokemon. Like, it's just so many that just, I don't know, you just get emotional. I'm ranting about Pokemon again. I feel like we should go back to the concert.
I pitched this knowing this would happen. Like, no, this was all calculated.
Definitely.
I was like, all right, Mallory doesn't like improv comedy, hates John Mulaney. I got to bring her back with a Pokemon conversation.
Definitely. This is definitely very much a nice treat that you gave me. You've bought yourself several horror movies with this one, I think.
Exactly. Like... Next week, weapons.
Yeah. Do you have any more thoughts on the series? From
on the series itself? Not really.
Yeah.
It's cute. I know it's getting like another 4 episodes in like a week or so after this comes out, which is what made me want to watch it to begin with, because it's just been sitting there for a few years, and I'm like, did that cute like felt Pokemon show? It came out, didn't it? And I'm glad I finally watched it.
Totally.
I will say it definitely fits the Sam specific Pokemon agenda of like a lot of water types, which I love, and Pokemon in a tropical setting, which I love. I am a Hoenn boy through and through. There can never be too much water. Is where I come down on Pokemon these days. Like, I want Pokemon to feel exotic in the sense of not, because as a kid I didn't know that it was based on Japan, you know. So like to me it's like.
Right.
Pokemon is like a Hawaiian series, or like going to the Bahamas or some far-flung place that I've never been and still haven't been, mostly for as a kid or as an adult. But yeah, I'm a fan of the setting. I think it's very charming. Like, the human characters are pretty lackluster, but you know, it's not about them. It's about the Pikachu that doesn't have a voice. You know, it's great. It makes me want to. It made me think about like future Pokemon pitches I could do on this show, like. I want to watch Destiny Deoxys again. I haven't seen that in forever.
Yo,
like, this is kind of like what I was thinking throughout the week. I'm like, I could go for some more nostalgia picks, you know.
I want to watch the one where Ash kisses like Latios or something.
I love the Latios movie. It's like they're in Venice. It's cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, totally. I think that yeah, like what you're saying, I've definitely been like, I've been getting tropical pilled. I think it's also like this isn't doxing myself too much to say.
I can't tell.
It's only narrowing my location down to like a quarter of the country of Japan, but I live in
you live on an
Kyushu,
island,
which is like the southern island part of Japan, and it's very like island time, like, you know, like you go to the beach and vibe, and like there's a lot more of a like surfer kind of culture around here, and like it's certainly like, you know, it's got those Hawaiian vibes. There's definitely some cross-cultural kind of exchange stuff going on there, so it's nice. I've been feeling it, you know, as someone who's always been like Gen 4. I love the snow. I love snowy mountains. I love like little like warm like cave recluse. Like the Pokemon episode where they like Charizard's flame's gonna go out because Ash and his like Pokemon are stuck in a snow thing, and it's like keeping them warm in like a little like igloo thing or whatever where they're trying to camp out for the night. Like that. I love that vibe. I love like, you know, going up the route towards Snow Point City, and there's like a little house that's like, hey, come in, like drink some hot chocolate and heal your Pokemon over, and you're like, I don't want to go back. Thank you, thank you for being here. Like, that's always been my vibe. But I'm feeling the tropical life. You know, I'm getting it. I love Pokemon Concierge. It's cool. I'm about it.
Pokemon Resort. What are you gonna rank it? Is it cute? That doesn't really work. I keep landing on 4-letter words.
Now
you have a decision to make.
I don't know the rhythm. This is hard. This is honestly a hard one to rank because I feel like if I rank it really high, people are gonna take me very seriously as a reviewer. But I think that's kind of my like ethos, that I'm like, that's kind of been my thesis statement on this podcast. Like, that's what I was saying when we were talking about like the mechanics of Pokemon games. Oh, the graphics isn't good or whatever. I'm just kind of,
well, you have to rank it where it's at, right? Like, is it a show for babies? Yeah. So I'm not gonna sit here and go, well, you know, I really thought the third man was better in terms of plot. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, it totally. As a cheerful short web series about Pokemon, you meet it where it's at. How you feel about it?
Oh, it's between cute and deluxe, isn't it? Because it is just cute. I think I put too much stuff in deluxe. Like, I probably enjoyed this more than Cyberpunk. I probably enjoyed this more than, like, Andor Season 1.
Insanity,
I probably enjoyed this more than Stardew Valley. Like, I definitely enjoyed it more than One Piece Fan Letter.
Well, it sounds like it's in deluxe is what I'm getting. Is what I'm hearing here.
And like, I feel like maybe some of these things should be in cute so that it can be the top of the cute tier. But yeah, does it just go in deluxe? Is that what I have to do?
This is the bed you've made for yourself.
God,
I'm just so good at pitching stuff. You know, that's my takeaway from this podcast.
Yeah, he knows how to get subscribe to trackingshots.com.
Yep.
I'm gonna put it in deluxe.
Videos eventually.
I'm gonna put in deluxe. I love Blossom. I love Oddish. She had him on her shirt. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I also can't draw Psyduck. You know, it's great.
Oh my god, I love when she drew the ugly Pikachu.
The ugly Pikachu.
It was so good. It was adorable. Oh man, I love it. I love Pokemon. That's my thing.
I'm not afraid to say it. I love Pokemon.
I'm not afraid to say it. Poke Pride.
Is that a Psyduck? That's so cool you like that Pokemon.
So Mallory, I gave you a pitch that I knew would like hit you right in your soul, right? It was Pokemon, it's nostalgic, it's cute, it's fluffy, it's felty, it's deluxe. What do you got for me? You know, I'm sure you have something just as thoughtful, just as like introspective, something that would be a great conversation starter. You know, I want to hear it, you know? No pressure.
Well, speaking of felt, and I'm kind of deciding this on the spot, there's been a series that I've really wanted to discuss on the podcast more than any series. And I feel like that's big. Okay. Yeah. Like, honestly, I'm pulling out. I feel like, you know, we've got to get to it before we're like a year through the podcast, you know? And, you know, if I don't start now, like, when are we ever going to get around to it? So yeah, speaking of felt, I'm sure as a YouTube viewer of a similar age to mine, you are familiar with the series Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
I am familiar with Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Okay.
I
thought you didn't like horror.
And now he's complaining. This will be such a natural bridge to when you want to give me some terrifying horrifying thing the next week. No, so there's a couple directions we could go. there's the YouTube series, obviously, the famous viral thing. It's like Don't Hurt Me, I'm Scared 1 through 6. Have you watched all of those?
No, definitely not.
Okay. I think that's going to be the pitch. They've since made like a TV series with actual like longer episodes and stuff. That is what that's the thing that I really want to talk about.
Well, pitch
but
what you
I
really
feel
want
like
to talk about.
without the foundation though, like I just want to do it in order. You know, it's like we gotta get the building blocks. So in my mind, I'm like, I just want to talk about the original series of these little children getting terrorized by strange happenings, and you know, try hard creepypasta stuff. That's what I'm all about, baby.
Okay.
The one horror thing
That's
I'm
not at all what I
super
expected,
into.
but sure.
I love it. I'm really, really about it. So I feel like, and it's like, it's just one of those things that I'm like, nobody I know likes this. I have nobody to talk to about this.
Listen, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared was a big deal back in the day. And then we all, like, got away from it, but I'm guessing that you didn't, is what I'm learning.
I think basically anyone I would talk to about it would be like, yeah, I saw that. It's kind of funny. And then 10 years later, be like, yeah, I saw that. It's kind of cringe. I love it, baby.
They made multiple others. Like, I think I remember up to 3, but I didn't know they really got to 6.
Yeah, there's 6 episodes in the original YouTube series. So we will be exploring the saga. You know, we can maybe watch some game theory videos to like get up on the lore. But yeah, that's what we're gonna be watching this week. So and
right.
you at home, you're in our book club, so you can go on YouTube too and watch this series and let us know what you think in the
All right,
comments.
next week, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
And give us a like.
That's gonna be a heck of a title. Nobody leaves until we finish Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
That's like 2 sentences that just don't
It's gonna
really
be long.
gel.
One day we'll do everybody or everywhere.
Everything everywhere,
Everybody everywhere all at once. No, yeah. Well, one day we'll do that, and it's just gonna be like a 2-sentence YouTube title.
Yeah, no, it's cool. But until then, have a howdy, partner.
Aloha, Mallory.
Alola.
We're done.